What's going on, YouTube? This your boy Snow from Team CGNC. Today I'm coming to give you guys a brand new deck profile from an archetype from, as you can see, Power of the Elements. And as you can see by the mat, this is an Undefeated sneak peek preview deck profile. I did go undefeated with this deck at a sneak peek preview, winning the mat and the little fish promo card. Overall, I don't think this deck is the strongest, by far the strongest deck of the format, like some people are anticipating. Also, I don't see this deck being like number 2 in the format, even though it has like very good grind game and it does a lot of things. Right now, it doesn't still solve the problem of dealing with Scythe in the draw phase, which a lot of people are starting to go to so that they can play around things like Droplet, especially if deck lists start to adopt what they see in the OCG with maining, not Droplet, but Dark Ruler No More. If we start to adopt the deck list that we see in the OCG, then we'll start seeing Dark Ruler No More main decked a lot more instead of being in the side deck. And just all around a lot more Gore second cards, not per se hand traps, but more cards that break boards and interact with your opponent's board when they, decide to build their negate boards and stuff like that of that nature. But without further ado, I'm not going to do a lot of talking. I may do a few explanations on certain card choices, but right now, this version is my most optimal version that I'm using at the moment, but I am going to probably try all facets of the deck to see which one I like the most. But right now, this is just the pure version. So let's get right into it. All right, so first off, let me get you guys a little closer. All right, so first off, obviously the heart and soul of the deck. We played 3 Rhino Heart. Basically, what this card is, what it does is basically the starter of the deck. It's your Armageddon Knight and a pseudo trick clown if it's sent to graveyard by a card effect. Obviously, you don't have to pay life points to summon it back, but you can send another Tearlament card from hand to special summon this card back. This card is very, very good. Probably the best, obviously the best card. And if you decide to go to Fusion Deployment, obviously I'm not playing that, but if you go to Fusion Deployment version, makes this card even better because you have fusions that list his name. So you could just special summon him from the deck, and his effect does trigger on normal or special. So you definitely have to max out at 3. Also deciding to go the route of all the 3 of each Tearlament right now, because we don't, we don't actually have the deck solved at the moment. So we have 3, I'm gonna butcher the name, so I'm just calling what I want to call them. 3 Siren. Obviously, she's the extender of the deck. She discards a card from the hand. Discards a monster from the hand, and special summon her. So she kind of gives you access to your rank 4 plays when you open with Reinhardt and her. So yeah, she's pretty good. We also have 3 of the hand trap girl, Harvest or Hanvist, Havness, however you say it. I don't know how to say her name, but we play 3 of her. Obviously, we just maxing out on her. We want to see her on our opponent's turn to, get plays. And this is the card that helps you make window. If you have, good luck and stuff like that, you can make window on your opponent's turn. Then we played 3 of probably the worst one because it's a normal summon, and you kind of just want to use your normal summon for Reinhardt. But when she is normal to special, you do get to just during the main phase mill 3 cards, which sometimes come up. But other than that, we just using her for more names. So that's it for the Tearlament monsters. Next we have the Shaddoll cards. I played one beast, one dragon. I am back and forth with not dragon, I'm sorry, but Squamata. I am back and forth with Squamata. I honestly, I could say the main reason that I am playing this card is for the level 4 aspect. Sometimes it just gives you an extra Shaddoll engraved to make Winda as well, because, you know, that's probably the main problem. You kind of just want to up the count to increase the chances of you milling the Shaddoll to resolve to make Winda. So that's one of the reasons. But overall, you know, I'm in between cutting it and running it. So, but right now I'm running Beast and Squamata. We played 2 King of the Swamp. Obviously, this is just your 4th and 5th copy of Reinhardt or Rhinoheart when it's time to go into the level 9 fusion. And also it does search its poly, and it's also an aqua, so it just fills every aspect of what the deck needs. And so that's why I'm playing 2 of them. May bump it up to 3. I'm just not sure at the moment. That's it for like the monsters. I do play hand traps in this build. So first, 3 Ash Blossom. Ash is still good this format. There's really no explanation needed for that. The new hand trap that should be making its way into the format because of Splight. I do main 2 Ghost Ogre. This card single-handedly destroys the gigantic max play, and that's kind of just what you want to happen. And it deals with a lot of other stuff. Getting needle fiber so you don't get scythe lock. Pending they don't, you know, set up negates before that. But, you know, sometimes you can kind of weather your way around that. So, but yeah, this card is probably going to see a lot more play coming up this format. So that's why I played it at 2. May bump it up to 3. I'm not sure yet. Like I said, the format's still not solved yet, so I don't know. 2 DD Crow, another card that is probably going to be making its way into the format. It's probably like MVP card against the Tearlament deck, obviously, because their effects activate engrave, and you must shuffle them back, including whatever else you're using to fusion summon. But if you DD Crow it before it resolves, obviously you can't fusion summon because you can't send the card back because it's banished. So this card is pretty good. I like it. Don't know what ratios I'm gonna have it at going forward, but I liked it like how it was today. 2 Nib. Obviously, I played the Nib in main deck mainly because I'm at locals, so I'm gonna play a lot of more rogue strategies instead of like meta strategies. But it also works against like the mirror, not so much against Splight. So obviously, it may be cut once I start to see what deck starts to get the upper hand in the meta. But as of right now, for locals, we play the Nibs. And lastly, 2 Veilers, because Veiler is just Veiler. It's good. For the spells, obviously 3 field spell and the terraforming, 4 copies of the field spell. The field spell is what kind of dictates your opponent's turn, and it kind of helps alleviate the problems your opponent tries to build on you doing on their turn with the shuffling back and targeting a card to pop. This card is pretty good. I like it. Obviously, you have to play 3 because it's a Tearlament name as well. Obviously, we play reinforcements to get to the Reinhardt. Foolish. Obviously, there's no explanation needed to this. Cards activate engrave and trigger engrave when sent by card effect. One called by the grave, so they don't hand trap our combo. Instant fusion. This is 1 card combo. This card is insane. If this deck ever gets even more broken, probably once the Shizu stuff come out. I'm not sure if we still play this or not, but if we do, this card is just 1 card starter and it's stupid. Then for my poly target, I play Fusion Sub. So the niche interaction with this is, unlike poly, this card is still treated as poly, but in the same instance, it recycles my fusions. And the biggest thing is, if I have the field spell on field, because this card says shuffle cards back into the deck, banish this, shuffle cards back into the deck, then draw, it will trigger my field spell. And so I figured that instead of just using a regular poly, I can use a card that can potentially be like some type of interruption or board breaking type effect, because field spell and use this effect in grave. Just a better card, card value instead of just using a regular poly. And then for the traps, I did decide to go to Meta Noise and the one Solic or whatever. I was in between playing 1 and 2 or just 1 and 1. So, but these both came up numerous of times, so I may leave it at what it's at. And that's it for the main deck. Their profile getting pretty long, so let's go through the extra deck. So obviously we played 2 Kit Kalos. No explanation needed here. This card is literally the stones. You definitely have to play it. 1 Collider Heart. This card is really the stones. In the branded matchup, this card is so stupid just to sit on, because that one tiny part of the effect that says cannot be used as fusion material. So that means that puts them on, honestly, just having to have branded in red, and also having to have branded fusion, because they can't super poly this card. They can't normal summon Albast fusion with this card. And like this card is insane. They can't branded banishment this card. This card is stupid, man. And it took me a minute to, when I was playing this, that I didn't know that the effect to target and shuffle back into the deck was upon special summoning, not just fusion summoning this card. So even if you have ways to bring this card back from the grave, you can still use the effect, and as well as dumping your Tearlament cards too. You still have ways of activating this effect. This card is insane. I love it. Then obviously we played the 1 Millennialize Restrict, 1 Invoke Kaliga, 2 Dracostapelia. Obviously this recycles your fusion, so that's why you play 2 of these. Kaliga can be cut. It's already like player's choice, but it's a very good card against Flunder if you can stick it on the board turn 1. 2 Winda, obviously. This card is the stones. Probably should have been the next Shadal type card that be hit, but obviously Konami saw fit to say that this card belongs in the game. This card is stupid. Then for links, we play 1 Nightmare Unicorn, 1 Access Code Talker, 1 Cross Sheep. Obviously I played the Cross Sheep just to have other ways to get more stuff to use the pot with Access Code Talker. And it also special summon Tearlament cards back. So, Reinhardt and the level 2 that do stuff on the field, it's pretty good. And I also played 1 Splight Elf. My friend turned me on to this. This card brings back the level 2 Mirius and helps it activate this effect. So I was like, yeah, why not play this card? This card's pretty good. And that's it for the links. And last 2 cards, we have Time Thief Redoer and Divine King Zeus Sky Thunder, whatever. Obviously this card is the stones. This card triggers all your Tearlament cards when you make when you stack it, because this card does it banishes itself for cost, but it sends the material to the grave for effect. So this card is the absolute nut in this deck. It's probably single-handedly one of the cards that help you play on your opponent's turn. It's crazy. And then I also play Zeus. Obviously y'all just seen that, but yeah, this card's in the stones as well. So yeah, guys, that's it. Y'all can comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the deck. I'm always open to suggestions. Like I said, we're still trying to solve this deck, so I still have other ways that I want to play this deck and try this deck out. Maybe my next version will be the punk deck, punk version, and then after that, this is the branded version, and then, you know, out of those three, I can go from there and tell you what I feel. But that's it, guys. Snow from Team CGNC signing out. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know.